What up, players? Well, I guess I technically tied for fucking first place tonight, but we tied for first place tonight, but we played that bullshit. So, Kairyu-Shin, Umi Control. I decided to play this on a whim. I built it because of the new Banlist, and then, or that's not even true, I wanted to play something new because of the new Banlist, and didn't really know what to play. I had this laying around. It was like this, Gate Guardian, Trains, Sky Striker Trains, all the other deck cores, and I was like, fuck it, we'll play Kairyu-Shin. I built this evening, took it to locals, and it was 3 rounds, so I'm just recording this because I don't know when the next time I'll play this deck is, and I know people are going to ask for the list, but it did play well. I don't know, it's probably changed some shit, but I tried to take out a bunch of bricks, play more like of a competitive build, which I think did help to some effect. But so regardless, I figured it'd be kind of cool to do a deck profile. I had 3 matches. My first one was against Fire King. Yeah, against Eric. Then I played Runic for Hire, and Jesus Christ, starting to remember what the fuck I just played against. Whatever, I have the replays. But it'll come to me, I'm sure. What did I play? Fire King, Runic for Hire. What was the last thing that I played against? It doesn't matter. Again, the replays are up, but he activated Cosmic. That was the Runic for Hire. And then match 3, what did I play against? Oh, Vanquish Souls. Jesus, that's no one I could remember it. I played against Vanquish Soul. So, deck did fine. Obviously against Fire King, it can kind of pop some stuff and then summon, so it can kind of play around the waterlock a little bit, not really, but he did main Super Poly, which was a pain in the ass. The Runic for Hire was just more so trying to keep Fountain off the board, but I did evenly him, and then against the Vanquish Soul Gentleman, he never opened up his starter, I guess the level 4 Ultra, so I think he didn't really ever open up optimally. And then we never got to play out our round 4, so again, I technically tied for first place with someone else. We didn't get to play our last match, so it is what it is. But one maiden, I sided her out like a dumbass in one game, going second as a brick, and then activated my Reef to summon her, and she was in my side deck, and I still committed to the play because that's how you learn. But for the love of God, if you side her out, just make sure that you know that you sided her out and don't make a play based on having her in potentially. I still really like her. I think that, I don't know, she's always had a great utility. She is an easy side out, but just the fact that she can still maintain your lock, I wouldn't change her. I did put in 1 Kraken. His pop effect, it did come up in my last game against I used the Whale's pop effect. I don't think I ever used his quick effect, but I do like there was a time I opened it and I was like, ooh, spicy, I do have him. I don't think he's like necessarily mandatory, but he does add, the bouncing back to hand effect, you have to be pretty set up to resolve that. The quick effect to pop is cool. He has a body. I don't know if, again, he's mandatory, but it's a fun deck, so you can play fun cards, and whenever you start resolving shit like this, you're like, yeah, feel good. 3 Jellyfish, this is still probably the best card other than Kairyu-Shin in the deck. Just an Omni Negate every turn for spells and monsters. Again, change C stealth attack to its effect so that it resolves off field. So if you're under skill drain or something, you can still use it. 3 Kairyu-Shin. It's the name of the damn deck, so card's still good. I don't have anything more to say about it. That's all there is to it. 1 Fortress Whale. Card is, I think I would still play this at 1. Allows you to attack directly. I don't play any warriors to special summon off of it, but just allowing all your opponents all your water monsters to attack directly is kind of your game winner whenever you set up. 1 Gamseal, just because it outs monsters, and you can search it with Ice Barrier, which I fucking hate because I feel like I always open up Ice Barrier or draw into it. But the fact that you can search this is kind of cracked. All right, I did ball out on hand traps, and oh my god, it's so sad. I have so many ashes, and I played commons tonight. Forgive me, but it's still, I did play 3 Ash, 3 Troll. 3 nib. It was very aggressive. I don't know if, I mean, this could probably be imperm for what it's worth. I don't know if Droll was the best for my locals, but I did play Droll. But again, I did play a lot of hand traps. I do think that nib is still fine in this deck because you can't control one non-water monster and your board could easily break over a token with the trap card, see stealth attack. But again, these could be probably imperms or I guess something else per se, but I do think that the deck still has room for these. These are pretty big impact. I don't know, I mean, obviously nib's kind of dependent on like if you're locals, but I mean for like larger events, I don't think that nib's a bad call by any means. Droll also, I mean, I don't know, it's a new fucking format, so if people are gonna be playing Upstart or trying to play Upstart and shit, then maybe Droll is gonna be super impactful. We were playing or trying to play the new list tonight, but no one knew what the fuck was going on or what to play, so, and that was kind of the whole point. I was like, okay, well, if we're doing some crazy shit, then the Kairyu-Shin lock is always good old Kairyu-Shin lock, nothing beats that. Spells. You're not going to believe it, but we're still playing 3 of the Legendary Ocean. It is the field spell of the deck. It's pretty, again, I don't know how much of this deck has actually changed, to be completely fair. I did play a 3-fish sonar, mismatching, oh my gosh, mismatching prosperities. It's the best search card in this deck. The fact that you can do your entire combo if you like open up any way to jellyfish and Kairyu-Shin. So, you know, fish sonar and any one of those 2 monsters essentially gets you to your full setup between getting, you know, jellyfish and Kairyu-Shin on the field with sea stealth attack set with this engrave, and then you resolve this afterwards and search, you know, whatever hand trap or whatever it is that you don't have. Obviously, Digging 6 is, there's no other search card that like outperforms this card in the fact that it did not get on the list. Sweet. And everyone can afford it now because of the rarity collection, so go get some goddamn prosperities. 2 sea stealth, 2, I don't know, this worked out really well because it's like another Umi, so I would not play it at 3 necessarily, but I don't know if I can sit here and say that 1 is the proper, but 2 seem to work out pretty well. And then for 1 ofs, 1 foolish, for the ice barrier package, Harpy's Feather Duster. This came in clutch as shit a couple of times. It's just Duster, gotta play some back row. Hey, and my dumbass, I didn't play Cosmics in the side. I always side deck Cosmic Cyclones and I did not play them. And of course there's like 2 Runic players running around. So that's what I would have played in the finals too, was another Runic for hire. And I didn't have Cosmic Cyclones, so that would have been fun. And then another Called by the Grave, because you do need your shit to resolve. Unfortunately, the shit is so bad if your stuff does not, if you just start getting negated on everything and you don't have a way of stopping it. And then where's the other one? 2 Reef. This card, I was at 3 in my original build. I took it out. I took out the Shark package. So before I used to play Vish Shark and like Crystal Shark and like a rank 5/4 package. So it's like a little bit more extra deck reliant. I took all that out for more hand traps. I usually play vanilla just because it's fun to resolve off Fish Sonar and it gives you access to other plays, but I took that out as well. So again, tried to focus more on competitive or like impactful cards rather than more so like the engine, or I would say like more engine-y cards or less gimmicky per se. 2, I think is very good. Definitely no less than 2. I think this is like a mandatory 2 of, because if your first one gets popped or banished or some shit, it's really nice to have that second one to be able to resolve, or you can just keep the second one for any point. But like if you have both, it is what it is. But I think that this is that you have to play 2 of this. I did cut Skill Drain down to 1. I did have this cut at one point and I was like, duh, I gotta fucking play Skill Drain. It's my fucking card. And I put it back in and this card came up so many goddamn times tonight. I was like, what the, yes, that's why we played that shit. So I don't know if you gotta play more than 1, or I'm not gonna tell you have to play it, but I totally play this and it's so good under the whole lock because it just turns all your stuff into like beaters with this card. In terms of, I guess, your Kairyu-Shin and your Kraken. It's really good in like whenever I was playing the Sharks because they're all level 5, so they were all safe under this as well. Point is, this card still good. You have to kind of wait for it a little bit more. I think cutting it down to 1 was probably fine just because you don't brick on it, and whenever you need to pull it, you can activate it. But I still play Skill you guys are gonna be tired of me playing this in every deck, but I do be paying 1,000. That's the main 40 cards. Definitely a little bit of room for negotiation in terms of ratios or cards in the main deck. Again, Drolls. The Iceberry package. Okay, I don't mind. I got a very, very love-hate relationship with this because whenever it comes up, it's like awesome and it definitely saves your shit. But I do feel like these cards can be suboptimal if, I don't know, I'm very hit or miss, but I think it's almost like necessary in this deck because of the searchability that it gives. But I don't know, for people that have played the deck, they'll probably understand, like, it just seems like that those cards, like, contribute to, like, the bricks, if anything. If there's a way to, like, more consistently, I don't know, maybe the ratio is fucked. But point is, there's just times where I feel like that's, like, if I'm ever raging, it's because of that. Side extra. This is all your fodder for prosperity. I tried to change it around a little bit because I had a bunch of rank 5. Oh wait, no, I still do. I had more rank 5 shit in there. There's good shark support that came out. There's like a like a ray guy that I need to get that. It's a Starlight rare that I'll pick one up eventually, but I definitely want to like kind of look back into what the extra, like I know that there's a little bit of room for improvement, but for what it's worth, you never touch this shit. I did once going into this in my very last match because I couldn't get to Kairyu-Shin, so I opened up 2 jellyfish. So I went jellyfish and a jellyfish, summoned this, made a toad, and then on their turn went and made another jellyfish and the Aqua Maiden off of the Dark Reef, so that I had 2 negates essentially because I couldn't get to Kairyu-Shin. It is what it is, but that's the extra deck. I mean, I don't think there's really anything too crazy to like really break down in here. This is a really, really good card for fish or like sharks, so just pay attention to this card if you've never read it. Yeah, I mean, oh man, Kraken Control is going to be different now because Ghostin's going down to 1. So, I mean, I guess you still play the 1 of just as like the lock card, but it hurts. I wish I had like a little bit more in-depth stuff to say about this, but it's, again, you don't really ever touch the extra deck because you don't really need to. Side, 1 Change of Heart. This is fun because if you take your opponent's monster and then tribute it for Kairyu-Shin, that's your entire combo, so it's pretty good. I like Dark Ruler no more, and I almost thought about swapping this out for Nibiru simply because Nibiru is not alive if your opponent does not summon a bunch of monsters, where Dark Ruler no more turns off their field no matter what. And you're not OTKing regardless, so it doesn't really matter if you're not doing any damage that turn. So just food for thought. If you start playtesting this, you're like, damn, Nib sucks, it's not doing shit with all the new decks. I would think with the new format, people are gonna be playing some weird shit, so I think Nib would be a safe bet still. But we will see how it goes. Regardless, Dark Ruler no more still blinks your opponent's entire field so that you can set up your lock and then win from there. You're not gonna OTK in this deck, so it's okay to play the slow game a little bit. This deck is definitely, like, if you're, be patient to like keep your opponent on 1 monster and just set up your OTK and then kill them. Don't try and like give them opportunities to put monsters on the board or sneak out of, like make them attack into your stuff, like make them react or like waste their resources. Judgment, I decided to throw this in last second because I thought it'd be super sexy going into game 3. Like, because typically if you win the dice roll and you win game 1, you either win very quickly or lose quickly with this deck. I feel like if you go first and you open up your shit, your lock should be like very quick and you should be able to like catch people off guard. So going into game 3, if you don't have time as a factor, which it totally, like my first game 3 that actually mattered, I think was the finals or like our round 3, but we still had 26 minutes left, which is kind of how I expected it because I know that this deck, I just feel like the games can go quickly if they go as planned. So I wasn't too scared about trying to play this, but I think that it's pretty important, or like, I mean, Cosmic, evenly, anything that this deck just absolutely loses to, it is a bit of a glass cannon, so I think Judgment wasn't bad. This shit obviously saves, like, probably the MVP of the night, to be fair. This card's just dumb. I love this card. Whenever I open it, I get mad whenever I side it and then I don't see it because I'm like, damn it, I know how good this card is. This card just carries me. So thanks, Evenly. 2 goes in for the last time, and 3. There can only be 1 for. Also, last time I didn't side this shit in, but again, it was funny because Michael and I were trying to figure out what to play, and I was like, dude, it's a deck that's like conceptually, even like in the TV show, it was based around this dude like flooding the whole field, and I was like, so we gotta play floodgates. So the whole deck was just meant to flood shit out. But I didn't side these in. Card's still really good though. A guy flipped it over on me whenever I activated Dark Reef, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Banished my own jellyfish and kept summoning monsters out because this deck can play under. There can only be 1. But these will eventually just go down to 1. You can fill this with, I don't know, make these skill drains or some shit. This deck can still play cracked floodgates. So that's really the only thing that hit it. But other than that, that's the deck, guys. It is 40 cards, 15. But it was fun to play it again after so long. I've been playing Earth Machine for a hot minute. Moving forward, I have no idea. I mean, honestly, I'm definitely gonna try and fuck with Ancient Gears because that is just an Earth Machine deck that looks super fun. It'll probably be like, it looks like it's just some going second mayhem, and that's my jazz. But we'll see. I gotta pick it up. If anyone's got some high rarity Ancient Gears staff that they want to move, let your boy know, and I'll pick it up. But regardless, guys, that is this profile. Again, didn't. It's not like I've been play testing Umi or anything, but I figured people would be curious as to what this looked like. It did perform pretty well. I think that for what it's worth, I mean, there's not a whole lot of room for interpretation with it. I mean, I guess there are different ways you could play it, but with packages and whatnot, I still think like, yeah, Joel's maybe for imperms if like you wanted something that's a little bit more consistent or impact. I don't know. It's they're hand traps, man. So I appreciate it. I'll have more videos coming up soon. Merry Christmas, everyone. Damn, it's been a dope year. We're over like 1,630 subscribe like that. I don't know. It's crazy. It's just awesome that this, like, I just keep getting people that want to vibe out on the channel and keep watching the content. So I really do appreciate it, guys. It is super awesome that it is consistently growing, and I love that. So thank you, everyone, and I will catch you guys in the next video.